right? Because they don't know what they're looking for in like in any new
That's right. You have to help
technology.
them. AI enables us. We have to enable them.
But like, look at the example, and we're clearly getting rid of low and mid level engineers and tech
Right.
coders, right? And everyone's, and I was
Right.
like that. We just told a whole generation to be coders. You know,
Yeah.
let's use that. You know, this is just me. I'm like, what can we use that? But then I look and I see that just like AI does, it solves problems. And the biggest problem in
Right.
coding are those jobs, which are like, they're there for a year. The companies don't like it. The people don't. It's just a
Right.
lose-lose situation. So if you're, and that's a wonderful example. I think coding is incredible in
Yeah.
terms of what they can do with AI. But the idea of AI first, if they're going AI first, how do they prove it? And secondarily, how do you work with people to actually, you know, because I've seen other companies start with the people and see where the technology fits for them. And it seems like we're doing it the other way around.
Yeah. It's a good question. There's a TED talk that I saw from Sanofi. They're a French pharmaceutical company, and the CEO. This was months ago, if not close to a year ago. He was talking that he wanted to be the first pharmaceutical company to put AI throughout the company. And he
Mm.
enabled every person in their position to help enable the people to do a better job, but he didn't force it on the company. He brought it through as, let's see how it can help you in your position. And he's, from what I believe, is the first one to put AI throughout the company. And he realized when he got to the R&D and the scientists that they really benefited from it because they could actually create drugs faster with less redos or consternation. And sometimes they got different things that they wouldn't have thought about that actually would do better at passing, the final tests. And they just didn't think of it as humans. So it's a great enabler. And if you embrace it to enable versus saying you're going to use this or else, I mean, in pretty much any way you introduce something, that's not the way to do it, right? You've got to you've got to get the
Yeah.
people to buy into it instead of saying you're going to do this. And if you do that and you get them to buy into it, you're going to have a lot more success. And when you have the human involved with AI, I think it's a much better outcome than if you just have AI into AI because AI has the database attached to it and it's not perfect. And if you build on that, you build on the imperfectness also. So it gets out of balance.
You know, and there's this interesting tension that's sort of coming up, and I can't imagine, like, it must be so challenging to be a CEO today because you have this optimization versus humanness.
Yeah.
And like, I'm from the Valley,
Right.
so I understood why Google's investors said you have way too many coders. You're making a ton of money,
Yeah.
but you do. There was this whole wave of, it was a natural thing. And I think that's inapplicable to other markets, but that's okay. I don't know coders. I'm just saying clearly it made sense and it worked.
Yeah.
But the idea again was like, yeah, I won't say it's because it's not anti people. I don't think any of these people are anti people, but it's almost like this
Right.
razor with AI versus what you're saying. The US Patent Office did the same thing that you're saying that pharma company did initially, and they allow AI to be in patents, to create patents, right? In pharma, there it would be
Yeah.
crazy the patents we're getting. So that optimization in humanness, and you've worked deeply in both technology and human potential, and that's why I'm real interested. I'm sort of here because there's more than just coming in as this really experienced and understanding of AI, but you're really bridging the level in your work with the AI human paradox that you're exploring as a book, that the machine human
Right.
connection. And how do you reconcile sort of this drive, I'm saying, from the Valley for efficiency, which is really great at its core, with the messy
Right.
parts of being human that might actually make us more valuable and, dare I say it, maybe even AI better?